Happy 25th anniversary, Taylor High School class of 1984. It's good to be able to address you again. I'm honored and humbled. Joe asked me to come and talk again this time, and I unfortunately wasn't able to get leave to get back here to do it. But he asked me to record a message for all of you, so I thought I would give my hand out. It sure does seem kind of odd to talk into a camera rather than look you face to face, and I would much rather be there. I'd like to thank the committee for putting this together, and I'm sorry that I couldn't be there to help as one of the class officers. I feel obligated to be there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get away, as I said, but Joe, Melissa, Tammy, and Kurt, as always, you've done a terrific job. I can tell from the email traffic, the number of meetings you held, that there was a lot of effort put into this, and you made the night for a lot of people here, and so I hope you had a good time, and I hope that you take this minute to reflect back on the memories of 1984 and all the years that came before that as we went through school together there at Taylor High School. I know that whenever I think back, I remember simple things like having an ice cream cone at Cone Palace at night, usually in the summertime. I remember how the lights sounded out in the parking lot. I remember things like a date with Tommy Bowes one time when we lived at the Isaac Walton League, where I taught her how to use a 12-gauge shotgun, and I'll never forget the scream that she let out as she pulled the trigger and it knocked her off her feet. You just can't buy memories like that. And I also remember Friday nights on the football field and running out on the field through the paper that the cheerleaders set up for us, and how pretty they looked as they ran toward me and past me and on over toward Brad Tucker. Again, those memories never leave you, and you cherish them forever. But over the last 5 years, a lot's happened since we last met. And it seems like it happened very, very quickly. I know 5 years ago went by for me with the blink of an eye, and I know it did for all of you too. Who could have guessed that we'd still be fighting war in Iraq and Afghanistan? Who could have guessed that gas prices would top $4 a gallon? Who could have guessed that we would have had the economic collapse we had? And I know that all of us knew it was coming, but many of us have kids that are now the age of going off to college. I know our daughter is a sophomore this fall at Purdue, and while we're proud of her, I really kind of would like to freeze time a little bit so she could stay a little girl and stay at home. But I know that that's not how things go. But something occurred for my family and I just 4 months after the last reunion. And we were coming home from church in Virginia, and we lived back in the country on this little 2-lane country road, and a kid came around a corner in our lane and hit us head on at about 45 miles an hour, and almost killed all 4 of us. It was a tough several months after that, recovery and going through therapy and wondering if I would be able to walk again, if I'd keep my arm. It was a pretty bad time for us, and the thing that it did for me, though, was help me put things in perspective and help me realize what's important in life. I know previous to that accident, we would come home and go to the 4 winds in the house, one on the computer, one watching TV, one on the telephone, and after the accident, we realized that just sitting next to each other watching TV was probably one of the best things we could do, or just sitting down to play cards. The bottom line was we were together. And it also highlighted for me how little time we have on the earth to actually make a difference in someone's life. And you always start doing the difference making, I think, at home with the people you love the most. And so that's what I would like to pass on as my message tonight to the class of 1984. Take everything you learned in those 4 years at Taylor High School and apply it for the rest of your life, because you just don't know how much time you're going to have left, and you got to make the most of every second. Enjoy the heck out of it. Love the people that are near you, and make sure that they know that you care about them, especially your family members. And as I close, there's a song that means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to the rest of you in the class, and I thought that I would go ahead and sing it for you, and I hope you enjoy it. It's Can't Fight This Feeling by REO Speedwagon, a big hit in 1984. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm sure you enjoyed that as much as I did, probably even more. Well, I guess I better sign off, but I hope to be there in person to visit with all of you in our 30th reunion, and it's going to go by in the bat of an eye, so make sure you make the most of every single moment. God bless all of you, and God bless Taylor High School and our class of 1984. Good night, everybody.